Welcome back to another episode of the OKC Foodcast. You're joined once again by your hosts, Nabil
and Ashley.
And we've got another special guest this week in the studio.
Yeah, excited.
Yeah.
So welcome, Ned. And I'm afraid to say the last
Shadid.
name. Shadid.
Perfect.
There you go.
Shadid.
You
All right, yay.
She did practice about 5 times.
I did.
This, so
And then I got stage fright.
Called out.
So yeah, welcome, Ned. Ned is the owner, founder of Starlite Lounge.
Ned's Starlite Lounge.
Ned's Starlite Lounge.
Gotta
Yes.
throw that name in there.
Yeah. That one I don't have a problem pronouncing. So yeah, welcome.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to be here, guys.
Yeah, I'm glad you could join us. So, first things we do is talk about the favorite thing we ate this week.
Yeah. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay. I'd never do that. That's weird.
I know.
All right. So the best thing I ate this week was from Big Bun's Bakery.
Yes, I like big buns, and I cannot lie.
Where's this Big Bun's
All
Bakery?
right.
Oh my gosh, they are so good.
Where is it?
So they have a few places where you were telling me that they sell them.
Yeah.
But where I got them from was the OSU Farmers Market.
Okay.
And they have a booth there. And
then I just saw this morning that their big buns are also going to be in, I think it's called like Tiny House Coffee. I may need to double check that, but
Use that Google machine.
And you can also find them at Vintage Coffee, Wild Hero Coffee, Open Flame Coffee Company, Bill Camp's Meat Market,
yes,
and Junction
they're there
Coffee.
at Bill Camp's with Rome Coffee Company.
Yeah. So a lot of coffee places, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense. It does.
And I'm checking my sources. It is Tiny House.
Junction Coffee Tiny House?
It's what? What'd you say?
Junction Coffee Tiny House? Or it's just Tiny House?
It says off of Northwest Expressway, hashtag Tiny House.
Cool.
Junction Coffee Tiny House.
There you
wonder
go.
where
Yep,
I'm
there it is. There it is. So yeah, and thank you, Nabil, for bringing me a little taster of what you got at the farmer's market.
Yeah, well, thanks to
Finally.
Big Buns. I mean, the way this whole thing started was we got into a little shout-out war.
Right, on
And,
Instagram.
Yeah, and that's where we started talking, and they were like, hey, we're at the farmer's market, come try the buns. And I went down there, and you weren't there, so I had to bring some back for you.
Thank you.
But by far, my favorite one was the Duke City Delight.
Yeah.
It was the savory
The
bun.
savory one,
I love
yeah.
the savory buns, especially when they're big.
Especially when they're big. That's the only way to have a good bun.
I like the way this podcast is started. This is great.
This bun had green chilies, garlic cheese mix mixed into the dough and then topped with more of it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
And the
It was
dough was
really
like nice and flaky,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still moist.
Yeah, it was a really soft dough, but it didn't
Really good.
crumble. It was well done, Big Buns.
Yeah.
Well done.
From what you brought me, I really liked that one, and also that lemon blueberry one.
Yeah. Their sweet buns were really good as well. But that savory one, man, just give me more of those.
Yeah.
I'm on board with you. I like the savory.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to go scope them out.
for sure. You won't be disappointed. For sure. So you want to go next, Ned? Favorite thing you ate this
Be
week?
wonderful. Probably, I was thinking about it because I don't eat a lot because I'm around food all the time.
Right.
Pizza's definitely my go-to, like 3 or 4 nights out of the week.
Okay.
It's absolutely awful for me, but pizza.
Is it awful for you though?
I
I feel
mean,
like if it makes you happy.
If it makes you happy.
and I'm happy. It's great. So last night, my wife came up to the Starlite and we hung out, and she wasn't hungry at the time, and we were just kind of relaxing. My mother and father kept our child overnight, and we're getting home. And I'm like, oh man, what do we have? I'm like, macaroni and cheese, ramen noodles. You know, what am I gonna eat?
The staples.
And she had surprised me and had pizza already delivered to the house.
Well played.
So
Well played, wife
Yeah.
of Ned.
she did all right last night.
The Wife of the Week award. Do we give those out still?
Wife of like Forever award.
There you
She's
go.
going to listen to this eventually.
So what kind of pizza was it?
Mazio's.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't discriminate on pizza.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
anywhere and
Yeah, yeah.
everywhere. I love it.
I'm pretty sure. So right now I'm living in Choctaw, and I think Mazio's is not only the only pizza that delivers out there, but the only anything that delivers. So it's like
no
you have
yummy,
a lot
yummy
of-
Chinese or anything like that?
No, they
Okay.
won't.
Oh, yummy Chinese. So
Yeah,
good.
like I was even looking up Postmates and Slim Pickens being way out in Choctaw, but Mazio's good choice.
I thought you almost said Slim Chickens. I was like, that's decent.
No, Slim Pickens. Cool. So my eat of the week, I went to Hop Dottie. I've been before in Austin, and they have a lot of great burgers, but the thing that I really enjoy the most is their Parmesan truffle fries. Have you had those?
I've had Hop Dottie a long time ago, and I was trying to remember these Parmesan truffle fries as you were talking, and I can't.
You can't?
The only thing I remember from them is their Nutella pretzel shake.
Yes.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty awesome.
Yeah, that was really good.
Their milkshakes look really, really good, and they can make them boozy too.
Yeah.
I think that's fun. But usually, if I'm eating a burger and fries, I mean, I know the whole package would be finishing it off with a shake, but
Especially with alcohol in it.
right. But gosh, I'm always
What time
so
is it?
full.
It's after 5.
Yeah,
Okay, good
it's
to go,
definitely
good to go.
Time for a boozy milkshake for sure. But yeah, we also got the green chili fries as well, and those were pretty good
Yeah.
too. Yeah,
So green chilies are the way to go.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a theme so far.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, cool. Let's dive into Ned's Starlight Lounge.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I was
You
supposed to
ready
read
for
these
this?
questions. We're gonna find out how ready I
Gonna
am.
wing it. All right. So I'll start with our first question. Where did your passion for cooking begin?
I mean, I always enjoyed it growing up. With my parents being in the industry, they had a catering business for 35 years now.
Okay.
My dad's parents also, I mean, he grew up in the food business as well. They had restaurants growing up, so it was just kind of in the blood type thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's kind of how you were raised, and it was just kind of the natural next step. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
So is the restaurant? This is going to be a great episode. Did this stem from the catering business or?
Yeah. I mean, Dad and I've never actually run a restaurant with him. When I went to work for him, we were solely catering. I mean, he's opened up 40-something different restaurants.
Oh, dang.
Wow.
So
So he's got some experience.
yeah, he's been around it a little bit.
Just a little bit
A
of
little bit,
experience,
a little
right?
bit.
So it was one of those deals where it's finally, we had been looking for years, but we were very particular on location, and this is one that we kind of fell in love with and said,
do
all right,
it.
it's time, let's do it.
Nice.
So
So, was there a crossover to go from catering to the brick and mortar, or you're kind of combining both now?
no, I mean completely separate.
Separate?
Yeah, completely separate.
Okay. All
So it's been good. This is kind of like I said, my first go around at a restaurant, so it's very different than catering.
Yeah.
But fairly easy to pick up on. I mean, that's all I've
Isn't-
ever done is food. So
Right. On the website, there is still a catering option. Is that his?
that will shoot you over to our
Okay.
Okay.
So it's
information
like
for
a
our catering and
collaboration.
everything. Yeah.
Cool. I like that. So Nabil and I had the opportunity to go to Ned's Starlight Lounge for an influencer brunch.
Yeah, thanks for hosting us.
Hey,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, there was a lot.
After I got
of
done
us.
sweating back behind the line, I
Right.
loved it, guys. I
No, there were so many of us at
think there
that
ended
one.
up being over 40.
Yeah, there was a lot of foodies there. We enjoyed it a
Mm-hmm.
lot. Do you remember what your favorite thing was?
I think my favorite thing were the rolls.
The rolls.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess rolls is the theme of the episode.
Yeah. Stick with it.
Rolls with green chili. No. No,
It was
but
like
these,
the Eggs Benedict roll. Was that?
yeah. So I think you guys use your rolls in like all your sandwiches and things like that.
Absolutely. Sandwiches, eggs Benedict. Instead of biscuits and gravy, we do our dinner rolls and gravy.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
kind of our take on it. I mean, everyone's got biscuits and gravy, you know?
Yeah.
And it's not too far out there where people are like, oh, that's weird. Why would I eat that? So just kind of our spin, our take on it.
And these aren't just your regular dinner rolls.
No,
I mean
they're
they held up
special.
really well to the gravy, and I mean they were really good rolls.
Thank you, sir.
Very special rolls. I think when we talked about our brunch, we really somebody was on that episode, wasn't there? Was it Joey that we
I think it
talked
was
to about
Joey.
it?
Yep.
And we really went on for a hot minute about those rolls.
Joey from I Like to Eat Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to him today. He didn't realize we do Taco Tuesdays, and so
Yeah,
I was
but-
asking him if he was going to come in, but he said probably not till next week. So
Yeah, he does post a lot of great tacos and Bloody Mary
Bloody Marys,
Mondays.
I wonder what his Wednesdays are going to be. Wing Wednesdays, maybe?
Maybe.
Joey, if you do that, credit, please. Thanks.
Yeah. No, I feel like every Monday whenever I see his Bloody Mary post, I'm just like, why am I at work?
can't start drinking yet.
Why am I not drinking a Bloody Mary? No, I think so. I liked a lot of the stuff that we had. I loved the shrimp and grits.
Yeah, that shrimp was
I
really good.
really liked the Bloody Mary as well. But something that I didn't order that it was actually Joey's
Yes,
wife
yeah.
ordered was the watermelon goat cheese with mint and the chili oil.
Absolutely.
That was delicious.
I am obsessed. I'm so obsessed
you.
that I've made it at my dad's get together last weekend. That should have been my eat of the week.
You made it again?
Yeah, I made it again. I also made it for our cookbook club.
Yeah. She's made that twice now. So
That's
there you go.
wonderful. I love it.
I made it differently. The first time I did I cut the watermelon into I used a cookie cutter and did
Mm-hmm.
circles and then topped each individual one.
Made
So it was
little
like
individual bite size. Yep.
What I did at my dad's was I used a melon baller and then did a whole salad with lots of mint.
Everything all mixed in with
Yeah.
it. I bet that looked really good.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's just light and refreshing.
Oh my gosh. I would have never thought to put those things together, and it is definitely my favorite thing this summer.
Yeah, my dad thought I was pretty crazy when I told him I was going to put that on the Starlite menu. And he's like, that. He didn't say it, but you could tell kind of by his
see it
look,
in his
like,
face.
are you a dumbass?
But, I have
he try it?
gotten.
I don't know if he's tried it yet. I haven't tried it. I don't eat watermelon. I can't stand watermelon, so I've never eaten it.
Oh my
So how'd you come up with
gosh.
this?
I have no idea. I was like, well cheese, watermelon, a little
I
chili oil
love
to
it,
kill some
and-
of the sweetness. I don't know.
My dad, and we talked about this on the last episode. My uncle is a watermelon farmer, and so I've grown up eating watermelon straight from the patch. My dad would, as a kid, cut a watermelon open with a pocket knife, and it'd be hot, and we're sitting in the field eating watermelon.
I'd get down on watermelon like that, even if I didn't like it. It's I'm going to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I told my dad what I was doing with the watermelon, he had the same reaction as your dad. He was like, why would you do that? It's so good by itself.
Yeah.
But I will say he tried it and he was pleasantly surprised.
You got to get your
Good.
dad to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you got to try it.
Yeah, Dad likes watermelon. Yeah,
You got to try
it's so weird. There's so many things that
really funny.
as a cook that you don't enjoy eating. And so you're making some certain things I absolutely cannot stand. Anything with mayo, aiolis.
Oh, yeah.
Unless I have an aioli that's just loaded with truffle oil or something.
Oh, yeah.
I'm game for that.
I can get down with that.
But if I'm making a Chipotle mayonnaise or anything like that, I can't even taste it. I'm like, someone's got to tell me what this needs. Does this taste good? Because
I bet
it's always
that
going to
is
taste bad to
Yeah.
me.
challenging.
And,
Yeah.
and it is. So you come up with something like that, and you're completely
Blind.
going, okay. Hopefully, whoever I give this to of my regulars, be honest with me because I can't try it. I won't eat
Right.
it. No matter what, I'm not going to like it. I don't like watermelon, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to like it.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I've never thought about that. How I mean, if you're cooking something that you don't like, how do you know?
Yeah, I think that was one of the challenges that someone was talking. I don't know if it was on the podcast or an outside conversation, but they were like, you have to balance your menu to things that you might not like,
Right.
Because other people will.
Absolutely.
And that's like the toughest thing you have to do.
And like, if it were up to me, like, I never want to see a piece of chicken on a menu again. Just like a chicken breast. Like, I've cooked and seen so many pieces of chicken. Like, now don't get me wrong, I love me some fried chicken, some fried chicken strips. I love that.
Yeah.
But just like a grilled piece of chicken, I don't care what you do to it, how perfectly it's cooked. It's whatever to me.
Yeah.
I've cooked 18 million pieces of it. So the last thing I want to do is eat one of them, you know?
I'm there with you on that. Like, that's something I will never order is a grilled chicken breast if I'm at a restaurant. I just...
Yeah, you should stay away from those two. Because most of the time, and I mean, this could just be the places I've tried it or whatever, but most of the time, like, they tend to be overcooked.
Uh-huh.
And that's just no good.
And that is hard, too, because, like, one day, I'll be honest, we had someone send it back, undercooked chicken. I was going, oh, no. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
And I grab it and break it open, and it was the most perfectly cooked, moist, juicy piece of chicken. And I was going, this is absolutely perfect, but you can't go tell someone that because they're used to it probably just being
overly
cooked.
Yeah.
And then it was probably 2 months after we opened. So Dad and I were both back there, and we were both getting ready to get pretty upset and embarrassed and everything. I go, no, Dad, it's perfect. He comes over and looks. He's just going, it couldn't have been cooked any better than that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So, but
That's
they're
tough.
used to eating the dry stuff. So did you make a new one and just made it dry?
Cooked it a lot longer. Sorry about that. Comped it. We apologize. You can't go to a patron and say, you're wrong. You need to eat this. It's just not how it works. You just gotta suck it up and make them a new one. Yeah. There's some people that will do that, but no need to run off customer. Hell,
Right.
I don't know who it was. They could come in once a week now. I have no idea.
Maybe get the same chicken.
Yeah.
I will say, though, one of the other things that was a close second to the roll were the chicken wings.
Oh, with that rub. It's a dry rub,
It's a
right?
dry rub, yeah.
And it's got a little bit of sweetness.
A little sweetness, a little spice. My
can
dad
you
actually
tell us what
developed
that
that. He was watching TV one day, watching the Food Network or Travel Channel or whatever, and it was a barbecue pitmaster deal, and they were all making their dry rubs and doing this. Well, Dad's like, if they can do it, I'm going to make myself a dry rub.
Yeah.
So literally the next day he goes into the kitchen and gets barbecue spice and sugar and all these other seasonings that are already mixed seasonings that we use a lot of, and started combining it and kept messing with it until we got the flavor that we liked on it. So we initially were using it for our briskets and pork butts and ribs and stuff like that we were going to smoke, which is incredible. It provides an amazing bark on it with the sugar in it and everything.
Yum.
And one day we were doing chicken wings for a catering event, and we make our own buffalo sauce as well, so we had all that made up. And I was like, I wonder if this would be any good, so I get some chicken wings ready, and I just roll it in that dry rub, our barbecue, for our barbecue rub, and everyone, again's kind of looking at me like,
What's wrong with this guy?
that's not what this is for, but okay. And then we've been hooked on it since, so.
Yeah, it's really good.
Really,
So you
really
can't
good.
disclose what's in there.
No, I cannot.
Off air?
we have people that come in, and you almost feel bad they want to buy it from us, but it's like, no, if I sell it to you, you're not going to come back in and eat it here. You're going to make your own chicken wings at home. Like, I need your money, all right? I got a family.
Oh, that's really funny. And there were two different sauces, wasn't there? There was like that we were dipping.
One of them was the traditional sauce that we make.
Okay, what was the
and
other
that's a
one?
Frank's Red Hot base, and I just add a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know what the other was. I don't know if we gave y'all a honey habanero or poblano. I'm not sure. I really don't remember.
Honey habanero.
I think it was.
Because someone said habanero on
And,
there.
Yeah.
and that's the same sauce that we did on top of that shrimp and grits for y'all as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so good.
Man, yeah.
Gosh, I want to go back in time right now.
I should have brought
and
y'all
have
wings
that
if I would have known that.
Seriously,
Right? Next
come
time.
on.
12-pack of beer and some wings, we could have a hell of a
There you
podcast.
go.
For sure. That's funny. So the vibe of the Starlight Lounge is so cool. It's like very retro. Was that your design and vision of the space from the beginning, or was it the space that inspired that vibe?
No, that's what we were shooting for. Dad's always, his family grew up in his aunts and uncles, and his mother was from there up in Iowa. And that's just how it is up there. All these neighborhood bars have been there since the 50s, 60s, 70s, and they sit right in the middle of a neighborhood. You know, you walk 2 blocks over to your bar, and nothing has changed in 50 years,
Right.
Yeah.
60 years sometimes. So we were trying to kind of capture that because there aren't neighborhood bars here,
Yeah.
you know, and we kind of lucked out. My contractor, dear friend of mine, Candelaria Foster. I'll plug that in.
There you go. There you go.
If you need any construction needs, there you go. He's got just a wonderful vision. We told him, hey, this is the theme. And he was like, all right, I'll take it from here. And he got Ronnie Ketch over at Ketch Design on Western, does a wonderful job. You know, all of our wallpaper that's on the back
I love that wallpaper.
bar and that whole wall, and then also in the men's and women's restroom is all original from the 60s, not remakes.
Oh, wow.
He's just got a warehouse full of old vintage wallpaper like that.
That's
So we
so
lucked
cool.
out on that, and he also made us those green velvet curtains that we have surrounding everything else. So
I really loved that vibe.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Made me feel like we were in like Mad Men. You know?
Just not as dark, dingy, and smoky.
yeah, absolutely.
True,
No smoking here, guys.
No, but I loved the retro vibe for
Yeah.
sure. It's
Thank you.
Very, very
Yeah,
cool.
it was
And
done right.
from the outside, it's so unassuming of what you're going to see inside.
It's what's on the inside that matters, guys.
Yeah.
You know, we can look like this on the outside, but it's always what's on the inside,
The-
right?
The sign kind of gives you a little inkling.
Yeah,
And
with
then,
like the
yeah.
little starbursts.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you call those?
It's a very old schooly neon type
Yeah.
of sign.
My dad actually designed that.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
That
A
is
chef
really
and a
cool.
designer.
I tell you
Yeah.
what, don't know where he pulled it from, but I think it's an awesome sign.
I like it too. For
Yeah,
sure.
you kind of pull up and you see the parking lot still a little weathered from all the years of it being there. And outside of the building, we did quite a bit of work on, but it's just an old building, so the bricks are worn. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
fixing that. So, and like you said, you don't expect to walk in.
and like go back in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not necessarily what you expect when you pull in for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. It's very cool. I also really like the bar stools.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the decor is well picked.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
For sure.
So-
For sure.
So there are a few things on your menu that you said you don't even try.
Yeah, I do salmon specials all the time. We have a salmon on our menu. I don't like salmon. One of the first times I was cooking with Dad when I went to work for him for like 2 straight weeks. Everyone on their menu picked salmon. I'm talking in a week and a half, 2-week span. I probably cooked 4,000 pieces of salmon.
Wow.
Maybe 5,000 realistically. And from that day forward, I used to eat it before then. I will not eat salmon.
Really?
I'll try a bite here and there. If someone else, you know, one of my cooks or whatever says, hey, try this. Let's try and do this as a special.
Yeah.
I'll try it, but
You don't eat it.
Nah,
What
not my
about
thing.
other fish? Are you?
I love other fish. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't care for salmon.
Just salmon.
Yeah.
Pretty much I'll eat about any other fish. I'm not a huge lobster fan, which is
gosh.
unusual.
That is unusual.
And I used to not touch shrimp for years, but I've gotten to where I really enjoy shrimp now.
Yeah.
So,
So what is your favorite thing on the menu?
burger wise is definitely the Nomad burger.
Okay.
Okay. What's on that?
Mozzarella cheese, sauteed red bell peppers and onions, fried pepperonis, and a tomato cream sauce, tomato roasted garlic cream sauce. It's kind of a fork and knife burger. You can get about halfway through, and it's like, all right, it's time for a fork and
Kind
knife.
of feel like a
Right.
little
Yeah.
bit of a pizza and a burger.
Yeah,
thing
that
going
was
on
another
there,
thing
yeah.
Dad thought I was crazy about too. I was like, Dad, everyone loves burgers, everyone loves pizza.
Let's put them together.
So I made him one. He was like, yep,
Yep.
I think this is going on the menu.
Yeah.
And then I love the
good.
chicken fried steak. We hand bread it, you know, all that good stuff. Because to me, there's nothing worse than going somewhere and ordering a chicken fried steak and you take one bite and you know it came straight out of the freezer.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
No.
And then our specials, I really, really enjoy our chop houses because we, especially on the weekends, get really creative with our chop houses and do some different stuff. I mean, like I said, nothing out of the ordinary where someone's like, nah, I'll pass on that. It's still
Right.
normal enough, not so foreign to people that they don't try it.
Yeah. How often do you bring on different specials?
Oh, we do specials every night.
Every night?
Every night.
Something different?
Oh, wow.
Usually on the weekends, like we'll run our same on our menu. It just says Chop House feature. And that is just a rotating
Okay.
beef item, whether it's a fillet, a ribeye, choose, either one. So we change that every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then usually Friday, Saturday we'll run the same one. And then usually our features on Friday and Saturday are the same as well.
Okay.
Cool.
So yeah, we're always throwing different. Sometimes it's just 1 or 2 specials on the weekend with the chop house. Sometimes it's 5.
Okay.
Just depends on
I
what
like
pops
that.
in your head.
Yeah,
I like
what
that.
you have and what's in your head.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I like that though. So you can keep coming back and know that there's a really good chance that you can try something different each time.
Yeah.
So keeping the menu fresh.
Yeah.
For sure. Out of the items that you said were your favorite on the menu, would you say those are the most popular menu items among your guests, or?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Burger wise is probably the Nomad. Other than a traditional cheeseburger. Everyone still likes a traditional cheeseburger. Yeah, maybe add bacon or whatever. So as far as our specialty burgers goes, that's definitely probably our best seller. Chicken fries by far our best entree seller, and then the wings and arancini are appetizers.
The wings and what?
The arancini,
What is that?
the risotto.
Ooh.
God, I can't talk right now. It's a mozzarella stuffed risotto ball that we fry and put in that tomato cream sauce. So it's like almost like a fancy mozzarella stick is how I explain it to people
Right.
that kind of look at me and are like, I'm still not following. Because you cut into it and there's oozy mozzarella cheese everywhere.
Oh,
It's a cheese and rice ball.
Exactly. It's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, those are so good.
that sounds
love
really
those.
good. Really good.
So, you said your family and your dad has been in the restaurant business for a long time. Opened a lot of them. Any future plans that you can look forward to right now?
We're definitely going to let this get under our belt for a while. We have some other concepts that we would definitely eventually like to open up. We just don't want to pop up place after place after place because that's when a lot of times you run into trouble where you go, oh, God, I used to love going there, but it's not that good anymore.
Right.
Because you expand too quickly. You don't have the right personnel to be able to go open a place and all of that. So we're definitely going to take it slowly to make sure that no service, no quality of food, nothing gets taken away. Because unfortunately that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
And it is disappointing when you say, oh, I used to love to go to that place, but it's just not the same anymore.
And I think that's easy to happen in such a service-based industry.
Yeah.
Where if you're not there and someone else takes over, they're going to do something a little bit differently.
Yeah, and they're never going to have as much passion for it as you do.
Correct.
Right.
100%.
When did Ned's Starlight Lounge open?
We opened September 24th of this past year. So
Okay.
we're 8 months, a little over 8 months in.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think my math is right.
Yeah.
That's why I cook food.
Even
The
if
math
it's
thing
not.
I'm
is.
nodding. It sounds about right. I don't
That's
know.
why you
Math
don't-
stuff's not my strong suit.
So I don't measure any ingredients. I just put it in and taste it.
When I was first training, when Dad and I were first training all of our guys on how to make everything, pretty much our entire back of staff is Guatemalan. So there is a language barrier as it is, and they'd be asking, well, how much of this, how much of that, and I'm going, this much for now, and then we'll taste it here in a couple minutes. And thank goodness they actually took on to it really well. I mean, they can make the sauces and do everything with. I mean, they know what's supposed to go in it, but there's no recipes. They're not looking at a sheet of paper saying this amount of this seasoning, this amount of that, because your seasonings are stronger one day and not strong the next.
Yeah.
You measure that with your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Measured with your heart.
That's how I feel about garlic. You know, with any recipe, it says like 2 cloves of garlic, and
Means
I'm like,
12.
I was like, is that going to do anything?
No.
no. I measure garlic with my heart every time.
Garlic and onions are my thing. The
Yeah.
more onions, the more garlic.
Yeah,
I'm on
you
board.
can't go wrong
Yeah.
adding more of those.
Yeah.
Cool. So you want to jump into the kitchen sink?
Let's do it.
All right.
You ready for this?
I don't know what this is because, again, I didn't read the questions, but I am all about it. Let's do it.
Well, these questions are supposed to be more rapid fire.
Let's go.
So let's do this.
See how on my toes I am.
All right. If you were asked to showcase one ingredient, what would you choose?
Beef tenderloin,
Ooh. Okay.
definitely. My dad
Nice.
has got that thing figured out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And what
Definitely.
would you make?
I would definitely do what we do for catering is we do it whole roasted. We marinate it for a day. And to me, it's about the best there is. And we have people tell us that all the time. So I'd probably do that with maybe like a boursin and cheese risotto. And I don't know on the vegetables. I'm not a vegetable guy.
Yeah.
You know, I can make some good vegetables, but it's going to sit on my plate. So
They'll be shunned to the side.
yeah, whatever veggies, who cares?
That's funny. So we've talked about a couple of things that you don't like, but what is something strange that you don't like that most people do like and they think you're crazy for not liking it?
Sour cream, mayonnaise, and ketchup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Can't stand
my-
ketchup. The only
I
time
liked you until this point.
the only time this is going to sound absolutely awful, and if you want to discredit me, you can. The only time that I will eat ketchup is about 3 or 4 times a year when I go to McDonald's and I get a fast food McDonald's burger and I let them leave the ketchup on it. I don't ask for no ketchup. That's
right.
the only time that I will eat
All right,
ketchup.
we're going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, like I said, you can discredit me.
We're cutting
with the
this
whole
kitchen sink short.
Fast food McDonald's and ketchup thing.
That was your last question.
Nah,
you
hey,
don't-
sometimes you gotta eat and itch that craving, right?
Yeah, I mean, because
Yeah.
I'm just kind of afraid that if I ask it for no ketchup, I don't know what
So
they're
no
gonna-
mayonnaise, ketchup, or sour cream.
No firm negatives.
Wow.
Okay.
You know, I used to not like sour cream, but I've been coming around to it.
When used in proportion,
Yeah.
is how I feel with mayo.
Yeah.
And see, like I don't mind if you have like an herb sour cream where it's all flavored up. That
Right.
doesn't bother me.
Right.
Yeah.
I prefer that
But
as well.
if like I get a taco and there's sour cream on it, I literally can't take a bite of it.
Yeah.
Like it just
That's like with me, sushi and cream cheese in the sushi. I don't like that.
Really?
ooh, see, I love that.
I do too.
Oh yeah.
I preferred it not in there, I think. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I'm going to have to say I like it both ways. I like fresh pieces of the fish, but also I like the rolls that have the not sour cream. Cream cheese.
Yeah. To each their own.
Yeah, but do you like cream cheese in
I like cream cheese on my bagel,
Yeah. It's always great.
any other
and I make
places?
these cream cheese chicken puffs that are really good.
That sounds good.
If I do say so myself.
Yeah? All right.
They sound wonderful.
Yeah. I feel like I
and
use
stuff
cream
like that.
cheese a lot, like in desserts and stuff.
Oh yeah, see, I don't make many desserts,
Yeah.
but I will eat them.
That's one
Right.
thing I can't do. I cannot make desserts, but I'm like you. I'll eat the shit out of it.
Yeah. I will kill some dessert. All right.
Nice.
We're talking about desserts now, but what is your favorite snack food?
Ooh. Anything candy.
Yeah.
Like the cheaper, the nastier, the better. Like I want me some Laffy Taffies. Like I want the stuff that little kids like to eat.
Like the
I
honey buns?
Oh, I love honey buns. I mean, literally anything that has Little Debbie on it. I mean, anything that you look at and parents don't let their kids eat anymore these days.
Right.
That's all you.
Give it to me. Your kid can't have it. Good, I'll
I
take it.
can't.
Well, you and Dom, I don't know if you heard our episode with Rome Coffee. Dom loves honey buns.
Oh, they're amazing.
So you guys
It's
will
like
get along.
even if it's like got a little bit of oil in it, like that's all right. It's still good.
I mean, that's literally Little Debbie's. I'm all about them.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Of any kind, just as long as it doesn't have coconut. I'm not a coconut guy either.
No,
Yeah.
I always
Those
feel like
flakes.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
do it for me.
I always feel like a little kid with this thing that I like, Gushers.
Oh God, Gushers are amazing.
I love
They're
Gushers
fantastic.
and fruit roll-ups.
The only time I ever get them is when my brother-in-law comes in town. My brother-in-law and sister live in California, and they both love Gushers. And they won't keep it at their house. I won't keep it at my house. But when they come to visit or I go visit them,
so
You
there
funny.
are Gushers in the house.
That's
go.
hilarious. I also will put them in the freezer.
Ooh,
Then they're
never
like
done
kind
that.
of hard, but then they melt.
And you bite into them? Yeah.
I'm gonna have to scope
So
that out.
good. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
Yeah, I've
welcome.
never. Yeah, I never.
Ideas.
You're welcome.
I did love me
You're
some
gonna love it.
frozen Reese's and
Oh, yeah.
Snickers, but I haven't heard the Gushers one.
Yeah.
Frozen Sour Patch Kids?
Sure.
I love
I mean,
Sour
I
Patch Kids.
freeze
Yeah.
all
I mean-
candy pretty much.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, literally just anything that little kids want to eat instead of dinner.
Yeah.
That's what that's what I
you
love.
like.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, do you like to cook at home?
No,
No, never, never.
sorry, wife.
Sorry, why?
Just come to the restaurant.
I do enjoy, like, if we have friends over or whatever, I really enjoy doing that. But if it's me and the wifey and kids, it's like,
Daddy's not cooking.
ramen noodles is good tonight, guys. I do love me some ramen noodles.
Nothing wrong with
I
ramen.
love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, what's your favorite food to go?
Oh, well, pizza to go or delivery. I mean,
Yeah.
you just can't. I don't know what. Man, that's hard. Food to go. See, I'm really picky. I don't do a lot of like go pick up food or anything like
Yeah.
that because it's just not as good as when you
Right.
go eat it at the restaurant.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Like I won't eat burgers to go.
Yeah, they get kind of weird.
Yeah,
They
I
do
guess. I
get
mean,
really
Chinese
savvy.
food's great to go, and I do love
Yeah.
me some Chinese
Yeah,
food.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like yummy.
Yummy Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, like a single food item that other than pizza that's like, hey, that's great to take to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Tough question.
It is.
All right, so we'll change gears a little bit. What country or region that you've been to do you think has the most intriguing food culture?
New Orleans has
Oh,
the
yeah.
best food in the United States, absolutely hands down, in my
I
opinion.
think Nabil and I would.
Man,
The
everything I ate there
flavors,
was...
there's just,
Too.
it's loaded
Yeah.
with flavor. You know, you
Yeah.
can go eat at a high end. Hey, this is the new restaurant in downtown LA. It's in every newspaper, every magazine around the country. You can go eat it. I'm going, well, it doesn't have the flavors. I can go eat this Italian place in New Orleans, and it's going to have more flavor than this place
Yeah.
that's been being talked about all around the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I absolutely love their food. It is
I do
just
too.
loaded with flavor. Every bite has more and more flavor in
Are
it.
you a fan of crawfish?
Oh yeah, I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can get down with some crawfish.
Yeah.
For sure.
And, well, kind of following up on that,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a region in the world that you can go visit to explore their food culture, where would you go?
That's tough. I'm Lebanese, so I'd love to go. Not necessarily would love to go to Lebanon. It's a little crazy over there. But I'd love to go to see, okay, how close is the food that I grew up eating flavor-wise?
Right.
Is it compared? And, I know it's very regional, even as small of a country as Lebanon is, but I'd love to be able to see, oh, yeah, this is much better than what I grew up eating, or no, that's not half as good.
Right.
I'd really love to be able to do that, but I'm in no rush to go to Lebanon. And
Yeah.
Right.
Eventually, maybe.
yeah, kind of like my safety here.
So, final question. Sometimes it can be the toughest question. What is your favorite restaurant in OKC besides Ned's Starlight Cafe?
Michael's, the grill.
Michael's Grill?
Yep. It's right up the street from our place. It is to me, and I have places that I go to all the time. I love La Baguette, love a bunch of restaurants, and I'm dear friends with, of course, a bunch of the owners because I grew up in this business, and my dad's dear friends with all of them. But to me, Michael's Grill is the best food in Oklahoma City.
Really?
Yep.
Have you been there?
I have not. That's going on my list.
It
Yep,
is.
it definitely is. Now it's expensive.
All right, tell
but
us
it
like
is-
what kind of food is it? What's on the menu? What do you get?
It's almost like, I don't know if you say like American Italian-ish, because he's got some pastas. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but every time I go there, could have the best appetizer I've ever eaten in my life. It is a portobello mushroom in a bacon carbonara sauce with crab cakes, grilled shrimp, and it's covered in Swiss cheese. And guys, I'm telling you,
Wow.
it is absolutely tremendous. It's the best appetizer I've ever eaten in my life.
I'm literally
Really?
writing down
Okay.
Michael's
Oh, it's
Grill
phenomenal.
right now.
And then I usually get whatever soup of the day he has, and if for whatever reason it's a soup that I just know I won't like, I'll get a Caesar salad, which is is the original Caesar salad recipe. Same as what Junior serves, and same that we serve.
Right.
And then my entree, I always get veal. His veal is absolutely tremendous. He does veal tenderloin, which a lot of people don't do that because it's so expensive. But trust me, next expensive meal you're going out for, make reservations at Michael's. It is absolutely
Yay.
the best food in Oklahoma City.
All right.
Excited.
Yeah.
I'm starving now.
This
That
has
sounds
been
amazing.
one of the most definitive
Yeah.
favorite restaurants.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
It's hard to do that because if any of my buddies are listening to this have restaurants, I know I'm not going to offend them.
I love you, but
But it is, if my wife and I are going out to an expensive meal, that's
what
it.
you do.
My wife likes to go to the ranch, which I love, but I can do a steak at home. The old saying, everyone says it. I can do a steak at home as well as any steakhouse can do a steak.
Yeah.
So I love going there. Their side dishes, everything's amazing. But I'm telling you guys,
Michael's.
hands down, no questions asked.
All right.
The scallop
look it up.
potatoes,
Right.
you got to get those too. Lobster mac and cheese. I mean,
Oh,
if you go
yeah.
this first time, you better be ready to eat and spend a couple $100. But I promise you have to get all those items. I mean, it's just
You have to get them all.
his chicken parmesan's one of the best chicken parmesans. I mean, it's I promise you, it is outstanding, top of the line food.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
I'm really excited to try this.
Yeah, me too.
I've put it on my list.
Me too.
Sure. So Ned's Starlight Cafe is located.
73rd and May,
Okay. And you guys do brunch,
brunch, lunch.
dinner.
We cut off our main menu depending on how busy we are between 9 and 10 o'clock. On the weekends, we keep it open longer. And then once we hit that point where people aren't just coming in to pound food,
Yeah.
we have appetizers until midnight.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
So you've got a little late night menu.
absolutely.
And the bar, of course, has great cocktails. Do you come up with those?
If I'm not pouring a Jack and Diet Coke, I'm gonna mess it up probably. I have some wonderful bartenders that are very creative,
Nice.
and we do a generous pour. So yeah,
Cool.
Awesome.
Well, you guys should definitely check it out. I can't wait to go back
Yeah.
for sure.
Me neither. Ned, anything we missed out on? Anything you want to add?
I don't think so, guys. This was very enjoyable, and glad I didn't sound extremely stupid not knowing any of these questions.
No, you nailed it.
We'll find out when we listen to it.
I'm gonna be listening. Oh God, I thought that was a lot smoother than it went.
And can people find you on social media?
Yep, Ned Starlight Lounge it's STARLITE.
There you go.
We got that's our website, Facebook, Instagram is all just Ned Starlight Lounge.
There you go.
Sweet.
Yep.
Sweet. So show Ned's Starlight Lounge some love, as well as follow us on our social media, OKC Foodcasts on Instagram and Facebook. And if you'd like to collaborate or send us some listener feedback, we'd love to hear from you. And you can email us at okcfoodcasts@gmail.com.
That's right. And if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it right now.
Do it.
Right now.
Share this podcast with the person you go and eat your lunches, dinners, and brunches with.
Yeah, or share it with someone that says there's nothing new and good to eat.
Yeah, prove them wrong.
Prove them wrong.
There you
I
go.
feel like that's kind of our mission.
Yeah. So prove those people wrong. Leave us a rating. Write us a review. We love getting those.
Only
And
good reviews, though.
Only good
Yes,
ones,
please.
yes. Thank you for specifying.
Hey, I got your back.
And that helps us get out in front of more people. So do it.
Yes, please. And thank you. And
She's
and-
nicer than I am.
Yes, please and thank you. It's like, no, just do it.
And until next time, friends, eat well and be happy. Bye.